So when I met this guy at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, 1983, he was bigger than life. Jesse Barfield was such a talented player. No matter if it was the Blue Jays or Yankees outfield, you couldn't take your eyes off him. Could make a good throw at the plate, get a big hit, mostly home runs, and led the American League in home runs once, and was a big part of the key outfield of the Blue Jays for a number of years, including with Mosby and all these other co-stars. Now, Jesse Lee Barfield, born Joliet, Illinois, USA, played as a right fielder from 81 to 92 for the Toronto Blue Jays and New York Yankees. A two-time Gold Glover, he was a strong defensive player featuring an impressive throwing arm that allowed him to lead the AL 5 times in outfielder assists, and this was something hard to do in cavernous Exhibition Stadium. He ended his playing career ranked second only to Baseball Hall of Fame member Chuck Klein in outfielder assists per 1,000 innings. He also provided strong offense, winning a Silver Slugger and leading the AL League in home runs with 40 and 86, the same year as named to the American League All-Star team. Now, injuries prematurely ended Barfield's major league career after 11 seasons. He played his finals campaign of pro baseball in '93 with the Yomiuri Giants of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. After his playing career ended, he worked as a major league coach for the Astros, Rangers, and the Mariners. Now, had his debut at a late season call-up in that terrible 81 season for Toronto, September 3rd, 81. Of course, his last games were in April 93 for Yomiuri. Barfield was selected by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 9th round, 233rd overall of the 77 Major League Baseball draft. He made his major league debut on September 3rd, 81, going 1 for 4 with 1 RBI and a stolen base in a 4-3 victory against the White Sox. In the 5th inning, Barfield recorded an RBI single off White Sox pitcher Steve Trout for his first career hit and RBI. He appeared in 25 games to close out the season, batting .232 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. He became the Blue Jays starting right fielder the following season and hit .246 with 18 home runs and 58 RBIs in 139 games. On April 25th, he hit the first Grand Slam in Blue Jays franchise history against the Red Sox. After the season, he finished 8th in American League Rookie of the Year balloting. Now in '83, where I saw him, of course, against Kansas City Royals with George Brett on the ABC Game of the Week, he had .253 with 27 homers and 68 RBIs in only 128 games. The following year, he increased his average to .284 with 14 homers and 49 RBIs in 110 games. Now, Barfield was in the Magic outfield for Toronto as he combined with George Bell and Lloyd Moseby to form what many analysts consider the best all-around outfields of the 80s for the Blue Jays. Now, in '85, Barfield batted .289 with an on-base percentage of .369, and he slugged .536, which is 42% higher than the league average of adjusted OPS+. He hit for both power and speed with 27 homers, 84 RBIs, 22 stolen bases, 22 assists, and achieved 6.8 wins above replacement. His batting average was a career high, and he became the first Blue Jay player to hit 20 homers and steal 20 bases in the same season. That season, Toronto reached the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. In his only playoff competition, the ALCS, Barfield batted .280 with 1 homer, 4 RBIs, and 1 stolen base in the Blue Jays' 7-game loss to the Royals, where they led 3-1 but lost the next 3 games. Now, despite the Blue Jays' failure to defend their '85 division title, he enjoyed his best personal season in '86. He collected career highs in batting average, .289, tying the previous season, 40 home runs, 108 RBIs, 107 runs, 170 hits, 35 doubles, and a WRC plus of 147. His 40 homers led to major leagues and set the team record that lasted 1 year. Barfield also won a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger that season. He was selected to the AL All-Star team. Now, the '87 season saw Barfield play in a career-high 159 games, batting .263 with 28 home runs and 84 RBIs. He also won the second Gold Glove that year. In the following campaign, his average dipped to .244 with 18 homers and 56 RBIs in 137 games. In '89, he began the season batting just .200 with 5 home runs out of 16 total hits and 11 RBIs in 28 games. Now, on April 30th, '89, he was traded to the Yankees for pitcher Al Leiter. That's a terrible deal for Toronto. He finishes the 89th season with the Yankees, and his average increased slightly to 240, with 18 homers and 56 RBIs in 129 games. In 90, the worst season in Yankee history, he had 246 with 25 homers and 78 RBIs in 153 games, but he never produced quite like the club had hoped. In 91, he hit just 225, although he had 17 homers and 48 RBIs in 84 games for Yankees teams. That was one of the worst in recent history. Now, by 92, injuries and general ineffectiveness forced his retirement at the age of 32. After he hit just 137 with 2 home runs and 79 RBIs in 30 games, he was granted free agency on November 4th. Now, while with the Yankees, Barfield was a resident of Tenafly, New Jersey. Now, in 93, he played in Japan with the Yomiuri Giants, reuniting with his former teammate Lloyd Moseby, but he batted just .215 with 26 home runs and 53 RBIs in 104 games. From there, Barfield joined the Astros for spring training in 94 and was projected to be the opening day right fielder, but injuries prevented him from making the squad. Now, throughout his career, Barfield was a free swinger and racked up more than 140 strikeouts in each of the 5 seasons, 85 to 87 inclusive, 89 and 90. For most of his tenure in the major leagues, his productivity overshadowed his strikeouts. However, by 1990, one of 3 of Barfield's at-bats resulted in a strikeout. Now, Barfield was a career .256 hitter, 241 homers, 716 RBIs, and a 39.4 WAR in 1,428 games. He was inducted in the Kinston Professional Baseball Hall of Fame in 1990, and in 2023, with a long-anticipated recognition, he was elected in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame as, of course, a Blue Jay. Now, Barfield's elder son, Josh, is a former infielder with the San Diego Padres and Cleveland Indians. Another son, Jeremy, was selected by the Mets during the 2006 draft. Jeremy opted to attend San Jacinto Community College instead and was drafted again in 2008 by the Oakland Athletics. He spent 8 seasons in the A's and the Rockies minor league systems and 2 independent leagues before joining the Red Sox organization in 2017. Now, the only negative of his career, of course, was an incident on August 22, 2006, as the AP reported that Barfield was taken to the hospital after he suffered a head injury when he was allegedly shoved down a flight of lower stairs by his son Jeremy during a family argument. The incident also resulted in Jeremy's arrest on a Class A misdemeanor charge of family assault. Now, in 2007 and 8, he served as a color commentator for Blue Jays games on CBC. Currently, he works at Competitive Edge Sports in the Woodlands, Texas. Now, the rough stats are all here, ladies and gentlemen, and the home run totals between 1982 and 1991: 18, 27, 14, 27, 40, 28, 18, 23, 25, and 17. And again, as he got older, the injuries became more prominent. He stole less bases. He was getting caught more than he was being successful. But the big one in '85, of course, the 22 stolen bases. And best season statistically, again, it's got to be '86, where he put up really strong numbers. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Barfield, when I saw him, he was 6'1", 200 pounds. He seemed 10 feet tall and twice as wide. My God, what a talent he was. Him and Lloyd Moseby coming up in his system, and George Bell once he got that bat going. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our Blue Jays Vintage Podcast, let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share.